Hey developer, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through the rest of my controller. So let's dive in. So I open up my VS Code and now let's understand first comment controller. So I just zoom a little bit. Yeah, I hope that you can see this. So at the very top, I just import all the models like post, comment, and user. So first controller is add comment to post. So where user can uh, send or text on the particular post. So what we can do first, we have to grab that particular post ID. So yeah, so that post ID is coming from request.parents, right? And then text from body, and then Clark ID from Clark middleware, right? And now I'm just check just I add validation if so, because text is mandatory. We have to pass text. If you don't pass text, you can see this message comment text is required. Then and I'm just looking for that particular post, so I just pass that post ID and I use find by post ID, find by ID, and inside that post collection, if it exists, then I just assign here, or if does not, then post not found. Yeah, 404 status code response post not found. And similarly for user, so I'm also looking for here that user, so I'm just pass Clark ID and then I'm use find one. So if user exists, then it's okay, otherwise so this response user not found. And then after doing these things here, just I am creating new instance. So the comment, this is the collection and this is the create. So I'm creating a new instance, a new document inside memory, right? So until I save it, just you can this gonna stay in memory. So this is the text, user, post, and parent comment, right? This is the top level comment. And yeah, so I think like we have to match our comment model schema, right? So yeah, so we have text, user, post, and parent comment. First text from body, this user from, and yeah, so yeah, we pass the Clark ID and then we assign user and then post. This is the post and this is the user. So that's why we have ID user dot underscore ID, post dot underscore ID, right? And then we have to update the nested reference inside a comment collection, right? That's why I push the new comment ID inside comments field. So comments is an array and inside post collection. And also in post collection, we have also comments counts. So here just I'm updating. And then we have to save post, right? And then here you can see the populate comment with user data before recording. So here I'm just populate the user data. So we have new comment, and then user full name, and I'm just assign inside populate comment, and then respond to frontend. So this is a 2.0 on, and this is JSON success true message and comment populate comment. And if something goes wrong, we can handle here, right? This is the basic add to comment controller. And now let's understand get push comments, right? So first I have to grab that particular post. So that's why from a request params, I'm just grabbing, and then here I'm looking for that particular post. So I'm using find by ID, and if post exists, it's okay, otherwise return this 404 status code post not found. and then, and here I'm just I'm just fetching the top level comment for the particular post. This is a top level comment, right? So I'm just find that particular comment. So this is a post ID and this is the parent comment now, and these are value I want to fetch. So this is the user. We have nested user reference, so that's why you want to fetch actual data. That's why I'm doing. So this is the full name and profile image, and then we want to sort that out with a descending order, which means newest first, and this is for each top level comments, right? And yeah, so I want to fetch its reply. So top level comment have nested might be nested reply. So if they are exist, so here I'm just I am fetching them, right? So this is the comments with replies, and I'm using promise-all. So promise-all does simultaneously at once, and we have the array. That's why I just map through and comment, and then inside comment collection we have parent comment field, and then this is the comment ID, right? And then I just care about the actual user data. So that's why I use populate, and also here I care about the oldest one. That's why I put 1. So this is the ascending order. If you put -1, which means it should be descending order, right? So but here it's a ascending order, which means oldest reply first for and then I return the here I'm using split operator, so which means keep the previous data and also add a new one, right? And then I send the response with 200 status code. So message like success true, total comments, and the length and the comments itself, right? You can put a message as well, right? So guys, up to you. Just use all the things the way you want to fetch, right? And if something goes wrong, here I'm just catching. First I log them out and for debugging purpose, and then I send the response 500 message failed to fetch comment, right? And the next controller is update comment. So yeah, pretty much every platform allow us to update our comment, because maybe you want to add something on existing. So yeah, so first we have to grab that particular comment ID from request params, and then text, and then clerk ID. And here I'm also checking comment text is required, and then here I'm looking for the particular user. So with help of clerk ID and find on, and if user does not exist, return this 404 status code, user not found. And here I'm looking for that particular comment. So with help of comment ID, and if comment exists, it's okay. Otherwise, return this 404 comment not found. And in this block of code, I'm just checking the ownership. So inside comment collection, we have user. So this is the user ID, and this is the user we get using clerk. So if they are not equal, which means you are the not like you're not the one who belong this post, so you can't update. But if you are the owner, then you can do the action. So that's why I just update text, and then I save the document, and that particular document I assign here update comment, and then I populate the nested user data, user full name, profile image, and then populate comment, and then I send back a response to frontend with success true, message, and comment. And if something goes wrong, we can handle here same things. And then delete comment, same things. The particular comment, we have to grab that ID, and then we have to do the action. So here first I grab the comment ID and then clerk ID, and I'm looking for the particular user using clerk ID. And if user doesn't exist, we show this message. And also I'm looking for that particular comment, If comment does not exist, we return this comment not found message. And same as similar authorization, that means you are the one who belong this comment. If you teach, then you are good to go and you can do the action. But if you're not, then you can't do. So you can see this message, not authorized to delete this comment. And if we have nested reply, decrement parents reply count. So this block of code do these things. So first, this is the parent comment ID field inside comment collection, and then if it exists, then just decrement replies count. So I just inside comment, I'm using find by ID and update, and then this is the field, and if it exists, then just decrement. So yeah, so this is INC operator, right? And then update post comment count. So I'm looking for that particular post inside comment because we have that post field, and if post exists, then here I'm using filter. So, and if this IDs comment ID and comment ID does not match, which means it's become false. False means remove it, and if the condition match, that means true, keep it, because filter return a new array, right? And then in this line, this is the comment count, and we are using math, right? Math module. So yeah, so we want to just max must be 0, right? So that's why another is 1, then -1, and then save the post, and then delete that comment itself, and response this message: comment deleted successfully. If something goes wrong, we can handle inside category, right? Yeah, that's it. And then another controller is reply to comment, right? Similar things, we have to grab the comment ID, the text, and the clerk ID. Then here we just verify, and then here we are looking for the particular comment. If comment does not exist, we return this response with beautiful message: parent comment are not found. Similar for post. If post does not exist, then post not found. And here, just find that particular user, right? If user exists, it's okay. Otherwise, show this message. And then here, I'm just creating the instance. So that the 4 things: text, user, post. If you look at here, this is the reference. That's why we have to use the parent comment ID, right? If it is top level, we don't need to, right? But here we need. That's why I'm passing here, and then update the reference things. So here just update the reply counts, and also here the comment counts, and then I populate the actual user data, and then just response to the front end. And if something goes wrong, here just handle. Here I'm just handling. And the last one is toggle comment. It's similar like the way we did for likes, save likes, post, save post, or maybe follow post, right? Follow user or unfollow user, right? Similar things. Toggle means one button can perform both, right? So first I grab here the comment ID and then clerk ID, and I'm looking for a user. If user that does not exist, then show this message. And here also I'm looking for the particular comment. If comment exists, then I only care about 2 fields: likes and likes count. If comment does not exist, so comment not found. And here I'm checking user already. So if user ID exists, then user ID is string. So yeah, so like yeah, like you don't need to do this way, but you can do like constantly, right? So right, yeah, so directly you can handle here, because some just return boolean value. But yeah, I just add this one. So yeah, if the likes ID inside comment field, inside comment collection, we have a likes field. If likes ID is equal to the user ID, that means you already like that comment. So here just I'm doing this stuff. Like guys, if you can copy our previous code like the way we did for post likes, but here I'm just doing a different way, right? So you can understand a lot of ways is out there to do it. So yeah, but just yeah, this is the thing. So here I'm using ternary operator. If has like true, this one gonna yeah implement. Otherwise this one. So if let's say if has like, that means just remove it. That means that particular user already liked that comment. So pull that comment ID from pull that user ID from that comment. So yeah, that the things we use pull, and this is the likes field, and this is the likes count. So we have to pull the user ID from likes field, and then also we have to decrease the likes count. But if it's false, that means no user ID inside. So just put on the particular user ID inside. So that's why we use add to set. And I'm saying like you already talk about add to set does prevent the duplication, right? So yeah, you prevent duplication. And yeah, so you put user ID inside likes and then increment likes count. And here also after doing it, I'm just find that particular comment again. So comment ID and then update. So new true, and then I care about only likes count, and then respond to frontend. So success message, like it's a boolean flag, and then user ID, and then likes count. If something goes wrong, then we handle here, right? So these are comment controller. I hope that makes sense so far, because we already talk about a lot user controller, push controller. So you get the idea, right? Because just the same things we are doing again and again. That's why in this controller I just speed up my explanation, right? I hope guys that makes sense. Okay, all right. Now let's understand comment routes. So where we can define our routes or endpoint, right? You can call endpoint. So first we import express, and then the middleware from Clark, right? And all the controller. So here just I instance the route. So I'm using express.router, right? And then I just define all the endpoint. So first is add to comment endpoint. So router post, this is the post method, and comment slash dynamic post ID. And remember, I am saying again, so the way you put this dynamic name, right, you have to grab that particular dynamic ID name inside controller. So we did there, right? So if you write ID, so you can only grab ID, and then this is the private route. So yeah, so we need a require what, and then all the not video here. I think guys, I put not video post. It's gonna be post. It's gonna be post, not video. Okay, here you go. So then I just fetch all the comment. This is the get post comment, and like this. So this is the get method, and then update comment. So we are using patch. So yeah, previously I talked about patch, just update that particular like field. But if you use put can override inter document. So yeah, so this is the comment ID, and it's also private, right? And this is the patch method, and then delete comment owner only. So also this is the dynamic ID, comment ID, and then delete comment, and this is also a private. And then reply. same. This is a post. This one is delete method, and this one is post method. This is a reply to comment, and this is also private. So reply / dynamic comment ID, and then another one patch, like or unlike comment, right? So these are comment routes, right? And yeah, these are comment route, and now we have to import this comment route inside our app.js. So here we import the comment router, and then we call here, right? This is our base endpoint /API/comments, right? And yeah, and so like we already discussed this entire app.js, so I think you know how it works. And just we import here, and now when our when our backend mounts, so yeah, it will run, right? And yeah, I hope that makes sense. So today I walk you through message controller and search controller. So let's understand first message controller. So at the top, I import all the dependency, first user model, then message model, and then upload cloudinary is a helper function, and get receiver socket ID and IO from socket.js. So yeah, I'll explain to you this this file. Don't worry. First, let's understand these two things. So first controller is get user for sidebar. So the idea is behind we can fetch all the user, okay, as in sidebar, like on our front end. So we can select particular user, and then we can chat with particular that user, right? So first I grab the clerk ID, and then I'm just looking for that particular user. So if user exists, it's okay. Otherwise, return this user not found message. And then I'm also looking for that particular filter user, right? So this is a filter users. So here I'm not include this user, okay, and like the password, okay, except password I grab all the stuff. So and if user ID, that means me, right? This is a user ID. So current user ID cannot see themselves, right? That's why, except let's say I am login, so I cannot see myself. That's why this is a MongoDB not equal to operator. And then just responds all the users. And if something goes wrong, then we handle inside catch block. Just it's a basic get user for sidebar. And then get message, all the message. So yeah, and first I just grab that particular. First I just grab clerk ID, and then the ID, the user to chat clerk ID from request params, right? The ID, the user I want to chat with, right? So yeah, and also I just put a good name, user to chat clerk ID, right? And then I'm just looking for a user with clerk ID. So if user exists, it's okay. Otherwise, user not found, right? And then also I'm looking for that particular user I want to chat with. So if exists, it's okay. Otherwise, receiver not found. And then I'm just looking for the messages between two users. Let's say I'm the current one, and I'm chatting with the user A. So between us, all the messages we are looking for. That's why this is a message. This is a message collection, and I find, and this is a var, either sender ID or so yeah, sender ID here, just user ID, and then receiver ID. So this is the user to chat ID, and then sender again. This one user to chat ID, and then receiver user ID. So if you look at again our model, just we have this basic thing: sender ID, receiver ID, text, media, and that's it, right? So here I'm just this is sender ID, this is sender ID, but this sender ID is user ID, and this sender ID is user to chat ID. And then just I sort it out. This is the ascending order, and then I respond all the message. So if something goes wrong, then inside catch block we handle, right? So this is the get message, and this one it's very tricky. But before doing anything, so let's understand first our socket IO, because here we are going to use this one. So first understand socket IO. So inside config folder we have socket.js, right? So if you don't know what a WebSocket is, just imagine this. Normally, when the frontend wants data from the backend, it sends a request and waits for a response, like one time or like one time conversation. But WebSocket changes that. It creates a persistent handshake between the client and the server, meaning once they shake hands, they stay connected. So whenever something happens on server, like a new message, notification, or user activity, it can instantly push updates to the client without waiting for another request. That's what makes things like live chat, typing in indicator, and notification work in real time. So let's set up everything. At the top, I import the server class from socket.io, right? So this class help us create a socket.io server that runs on top of our existing HTTP server, so it can share the same port as our Express app. And we then create a few important reference. This is the IO, the main socket.io instance that represent our real-time server. Then user socket map, an in-memory object that maps each user ID to their socket.io. So we always know who's online and which connection belongs to whom, right? And then we define a function called init socket, right? This function takes the existing HTTP server as input and wraps it with socket.io, right? This is the socket.io. And right, so inside the function, socket.io starts listening for new connection from client. This is the client. So when you deploy our app, we have to put the vercel. So yeah, when you are going to deploy, then we can push the vercel here, right? And then this logic, this block of code, like every time a client connects, this block runs. Every time a client connects, this block runs, right? So here what happens when a client connects, it sends user ID in the handshake query. This is the handshake query. So this is a console log. Just we can know. And the server extracts the user ID and maps it to the client's unique socket ID, right? So if user ID exists, then map, right? And then we instantly broadcast. This is the io.emit. So we broadcast the list of online users to everyone using io.emit. This means every connected client gets the latest list of online users in real time. And this block handling disconnection. When a client disconnect, maybe they close the tab or lost internet, we clean things up, right? So when someone leaves their socket ID, So the socket ID is removed from the map, right? So we use delete, and everyone else instantly gets the update list. That's why we broadcast again, right? And then this is a helper function, I think, and this is super useful when we want to send a private event. For example, if a user sends a message to user B, we can find B's socket ID and emit the event only to them, right? That's why inside our message we are going to use this one, and then export the IO instance. Finally, we export IO instance, so other part of our app can emit events too, right? And then we are going to use, so I think, yeah, this one we're going to use here to listen, to connect between other users, right? So yeah, this is the controller. Okay, so first we grab the receiver ID. Okay, the person you want to send the message, right? And this is the body, and this is the sender clerk. That means, let's say I want to send a message on user B. So sender means, yeah, sender clerk ID means me. So yeah, it's coming from clerk middleware. And then I'm looking for the sender and also receiver. If sender or receiver doesn't exist, user not found, just so. And if sender send the media, so here we just initialize media upload, so we can handle here. So yeah, we already talked about a lot this images and video. So these two things are, yeah, so this is coming from alter, and then if it exists, just look through and upload, right? And then we care only result secure URL and type image. For video, it's same, nothing new. And then this is the instance. So message create, and this is sender ID from sender, and the receiver ID from receiver ID. Text media, right? And then this is a real time chat. So without waiting or refreshing, we can get message instantly, right? That's why this is a real time delivery. And this is coming from the socket IO. So first it receives receiver ID, receiver clerk ID, right? And this is a receiver clerk ID from frontend, right? And then if it exists, then .io call IO and emit new message, and then send the new message, this one, right? And also response new message. If something goes wrong, catch here, right? So this is a message controller. Let's understand its route. So message route, it's very simple. Just we import express, malter, and controller, then storage, and also the middleware. And here we just initiate like instance our router, and then also upload. Even you can limit the file handling, the file size, right? So this is our first router, like route. This is get method, and this is the private get user for sidebar, and this is on for also get message. And here we are using dynamic ID. It's also get method, and then the push, and this one also private. So yeah, ID and the require path upload, we are using fields because we care 5. Yeah, at least we can send 5, right? Here we have to 5 or more than 5. Yeah, it's up to you, like how many file you're going to allow. So yeah, and then we export the router, and we have to connect. We have to import inside app.js. So that's why this is the message routes import, and here we just register, right? So this is our base message slash API slash messages, right? And now just we have only one router, a controller, that is search. So you can put this search inside post, but I just did separately. So at the top we just import user and post model, and this is the search controller. So this is the query. Again, whatever query we get from frontend, just we grab here, and then we just initialize two things, users and posts, because on our app we want to show, maybe you start something, and so we show two things, user and post. That's why we just initialize as an empty array. And here just I'm checking query, and query is not empty, then looking for users. So this is the regex and query option, case insensitive, right? And then also email. So you can search for full name, for email, and then here you only we don't have this field like full name, profile image, and followers, and then just we limit 10 documents, right? So this is for users, and then post, same case, caption, tags, right? And query, this is a case insensitive, right? So I think, yeah, like somebody can search on caps, somebody can search on small. So yeah, so that's what we just did, like case insensitive. And then also it's a fallback. That means if your query does not match, so we can show as a default something. So that's why if users not there, and if user length 0 and post length 0, then show this one. So we just look for post and full name, profile image, and just we sort the newest. Okay, this is a descending order, and limit 5. You can put a 10, and also here like top users and followers as a descending. Okay, and then limit 5 and select file name, profile image, and followers, and then we just respond this way, no direct match found, showing newest and top creator. And then fallback true, users, top users, post, fallback post. Right, and this is the final response, message, result found, fallback, false, users, and post. If something goes wrong, here we can handle, right? So this is the a search controller, and now let's understand the route. So we have only one route, and yeah, express and search, and then we initialize and search. Yeah, if you want to maintain it, you can handle this here, but in real life you add a lot of edge case, a lot of routes, right? That's why you have to put separately. So that's why I practice. So yeah, I just follow the good practice, and then you have to import here. So this is the search route, and here this is the search. Yeah, we register here. So base API search, right? So far we complete our entire backend, and I think guys, if you want to test it out, you can use maybe Postman or Thunder Client from VS Code, right? But yeah, so I already tried them out, so I know it's gonna work. But I want you guys, if you want to try them out, you can try, but just remember, because we are using we are using Clark middleware, so without Clark a token, you cannot test them out, right? But just for testing purpose, you can just remove this, and you can put a manual data, or then or if you already work on Clark, then you know how to grab that Clark ID from frontend, then you can test them out, right? So yeah, but yeah, so let's uh finish this video. And because I think we understand every controller, every routes, or every config file.